Hi there. Time for another vinyl update. I got a lot of records. Found a pretty big stack at a thrift store. Uh, Most of those records are not that special, but there's some stuff in there that you don't see that often. I got two records from a secondhand record store, and I got four, uh, not all of them new, but newer releases online. Um, so let's get started. Excuse me. Starting off with a 7-inch. This is the Gap Band, Oops Upside Your Head. Dutch pressing on Mercury. Classic late 70s funk track. The first album that I got is an album I picked up for my little boy, my son. I pick up these records even though I don't know whether or not he's going to like them. Just what you do. Trying to make him vinyl mad, probably. I don't know. But yeah, I try to pick up albums like this. This is the Jungle Book Dutch edition on Disneyland and Frido Records. I don't know. There you are. But yeah, this is the Dutch edition. It's got Dutch versions of The Bare Necessities, I Want to Be Like You, etc., etc., etc. In short, it's the story, the whole Jungle Book story in like 30 minutes. But I thought this was way cool. So, hence, I picked it up. And I pick up quite a lot. Last year, I picked up a record by an artist that I never thought I would pick up. That is until Paul, ex-Junkie NL, showed it in one of his updates and mentioned it is a funky record. And I was like, okay, I might want to pick it up then. I picked it up, I listened to it, I thought it was funky. Posted it on Instagram, got a couple of responses, like if you like this record, you might like his other work, and some names were dropped. James Last. This is Hair. This one got mentioned as a record that is funky. It's not. This is not funky. This is cheesy. This is not good. I'll probably end up selling this if I can sell it, because it's freaking James Last. And if you go to thrift stores, you will find his records the most. But yeah, there's still one I really want, that's Voodoo Party, and then there's another one that I've heard is funky, but I am not too sure about that. But we'll see. This one, not good at all. Not good. Then a record that I picked up because I want to sell it. That's what I do. I buy records, and I also have a Discogs account where I sell records. This is one of them. This is Pepe Ndombe. Sorry. This is a Belgian release of I don't know. I should have done some research, but I think he is from Africa, but I don't know where precisely from. Nairobi, I think. Because there we are. It says Nairobi there. So probably from Nairobi. And yeah, this is African music. But it's not Afro funk, it's not Afro beat, it's not Afro jazz, it's not Afro rock. It's pop music. There's 2 tracks, and they're long tracks. they're rhythmic, they're fun, they're just not what I'm looking for. When I picked this up, I already had my doubts that it was Afro funk or whatever, and I looked it up on Discogs, and it is selling from about 12, 13 euros upwards. So I pay $1, and then I probably can sell it for like $10. We'll see, but not that interesting. Now, again, an artist that I would never have thought I would pick up. That is until someone on Instagram showed a record by this singer with another singer, so a duo. That was apparently very much an acid folk album. So that got me intrigued. Like, okay, I know these guys as Christian pop singers, and not really my cup of tea. And they turned out starting off as acid folk, psychedelic music creators, whatever. So I had to investigate. So I started, I see their records a lot. But now I saw this album, Achterglas by Rickert Zuiderveld. Rickert Zuiderveld became part of a duo called Ellie and Rickert. In the mid-70s, they would become heavily Christian. Their lyrics were very much about the Lord and all that stuff, but back in this time, this is 1967, he would sing about politics, he would sing about mythical creatures, he would sing about just hippie stuff. There's some drawings there. But yeah, this is pretty good. I like this. If you're into not yet psychedelic, but not yet, if you're into not yet psychedelic, but not still too much folky Donovan, hope that makes sense. And this is your cup of tea. There's an artist which he resembles a lot, a Dutch artist called Boudewijn de Groot. So if you love Boudewijn de Groot, his 60s period, you should check this out as well. I was pretty glad I found it. As you can see, it's a former library copy with all these stickers. And I think I can remove those, but I don't know. It's on Philips. And it's from 1967, which I already said. And while I was there, I checked out some more of the Elliott and Rickert records, like this one. Rickert Zuiderveld and Ellie Niemann. This is Ellie, and this is Rickert. Still very much hippie. I mean, come on. It's obvious, isn't it? The lyrics are in here. It's on Imperial Records, which is the original label of Focus here in Holland. And this is really good as well. Very dreamy, very ethereal, very moody, soft, psychedelic at times. It has Indian influences like tablas and maybe a little bit of sitar, but it's just a beautiful album. The lyrics are pretty like, what the hell are they talking about kind of stuff. The Goddess of Love, Parsifal, which is also the title, Message to a Mermaid, Icarus, The Moon is Hot, The Silver Train, it's stuff like that. All the lyrics are, by the way, in Dutch, so I translated the titles. But yeah, this was an interesting record. This is not their debut. So this is not acid folk. This is just psychedelic folk. And it continues with Maarten en het witte paard, which translates as Maarten, that's the name, and the white horse. And now you can see it, Ellie and Rickert. This is a record that slowly starts to get more Christian, more references to God, but it's still pretty much, as you can see, a hippie record. Lyrics are there. It's a little concept at the end where it talks about Maarten and his white horse. Side A is just a continuation of their hippie stuff. Other Side of the Mirror, The Magician, Atlantis, stuff like that. Hope you can see it. But yeah, these records, I mean, you do see them, but you don't know them. And that's the odd thing about vinyl collecting. You don't know these records. I mean, I don't know them. I knew they were a Christian pop group or pop duo, but didn't know they would, do some psychedelic folk music. Very much like Magna Carta and stuff like that. So you learn something. Now, quickly going through the rest of these Goodwill finds. There's, I think, 5 more or 6 more, I don't know. Donna Summer. This is I Remember Yesterday, which has I Feel Love on it. It's produced by Giorgio Moroder. It's on Groovy Records. And it's disco. I have a love-hate relationship with Miss Summer. Her 80s stuff is horrendous. This is Roberta Flack. Blue Lights in the Basement from 1977. There's Roberta. I have not listened to this one yet. It comes in the original Atlantic inner sleeve. It could be just as, moody and soulful as her other albums. It could be more disco-y, more funky. I don't know. Still have to listen to it. But I saw it and I said to myself, pick it up. This is another one that you see so often, and I never picked it up. This is Tapestry by Carole King, original UK pressing. It's in immaculate shape. That's why I picked it up as well, and it was $1. So this is a US pressing of Imagination with Body Talk, which I think is not just it is the Body Talk album, but it has Just an Illusion on it as well. As you can see, it's got a little dot that was added as an extra because they had a hit with that one when this came out in the US, probably. MCA. Body Talk, great song. Just an Illusion, great song. And there's probably just maybe 1 or 2 other really okay songs, but not a great album, but an enjoyable one nonetheless. Picked up Supreme's Greatest Hits from 1968. This is the Dutch pressing, Tamla. And that's the Goodwill finds. Now, it's 14 minutes already, so let's continue quickly. The next 2 are secondhand finds that I picked up at a secondhand store, obviously. Another Roberta Flack record. This is Chapter 2 on Atlantic. German pressing. Really beautiful album. I love Roberta. This was something I just had to pick up. Brecker Brothers. Brecker Brothers. Self-titled album. As you can see, it's promotional copy. It's white label, and it's got the original company inner sleeve. The Brecker Brothers are jazz funk musicians, and this is a pretty funky one. It's got some skunk funk on here, which I love that song. That's such a great song. So yeah, some jazz funk by the Brecker Brothers. Some more funk, well, more of a disco boogie funk thing. These are all new, by the way, new records. This one came out last year. Suriname Funk Force. More boogie and disco funk from the Surinamese dance floors. Yeah, it's a double album on Rush Hour Records. That's the labels. Comes with an info sheet about the songs on here. That's the only one I know. Ronald Snijders, funky musician. Yeah, there's still very much an interest in music from Suriname, former colony of Holland. I'm not going too deep into that stuff. But yeah, this is funky disco stuff. So if you love that, check it out. Bought this, by the way, with a gift certificate that I got at Christmas. Same goes for the next two records. Picked up Elliott Smith XO. This was buy two records for 40 euros. Otherwise, they would have been like 25 euros per record. So, yeah, this is the 2000 and I don't know what year this reissue came. 2017 came out last year. I had this on CD and I freaking love Elliott Smith. This is a great album. Bottle Up and Explode. It's just amazing. Sweet Adeline, Sweet Adeline, first track, side A. Great track as well. Very tortured soul, but great indie singer-songwriter stuff. And the last record I picked up from the gift certificate that I received at Christmas is Which Doobie You Be by the Funk Doobies. This is their debut album from 1993, the 2017 reissue on Music on Vinyl. This is the black edition, and this is funky hip hop, again, West Coast. Opening track, the funkiest, it's just amazing. Bow Wow Wow is really good. Wab Babaloo Bop is amazing, which features what is it? Be Real from Cypress Hill, I believe. Yes, funky hip hop, great samples, very much like Cypress Hill. So, and the last record I got, I just bought this, came out last week. Yeah, I'm going to focus more on also checking out what Music on Vinyl does and trying to get early, to get colored editions or whatever. But yeah, this is the Lords of the Underground. Here Come the Lords. Just reissued. Originals go for like $100. So this is a great release. It's, hope you can see it. It's numbered. I got 878. And it's colored vinyl, but I hope you can see it because it looks black, but this is really dark green. Yeah, it doesn't really show. Yeah, it kind of shows there. Comes with an insert. And for those who don't know this album, you might know Chief Rocka. That's their big song of this album. Produced by Marley Marl. Here Come the Lords. Debut album by Lords of the Underground. They will re-release their second album as well. That's what I know, and I might pick that one up as well. English, very difficult language. Okay, now I'll leave it at this. This is 20 minutes of video already. Hope you enjoyed it. A lot of records. Who knows when the next update will be? We'll see. See you later. Bye-bye.